Hello, guys. Okay, I think I talk about 20 seconds there. Okay, hey yo, what's up, guys? I hope you can see me because I can't see this on my end. This is my first ever stream for Private Ryan, and welcome to Private Ryan Gameplays. Hope you will have a good time here. The target of this stream is nothing. We're just gonna do some streaming for you this Friday. So once a week, I am planning to check on my subscribers. I currently have at least 12,000 of you guys, but Google nowadays, especially YouTube, is cracking down on all of this spam accounts. So they're taking down all the account. I haven't checked the camera, so I'm looking straight at you guys over there. Let me check this out. Yeah. So smile at the camera. So Google has been taking out some of my subscribers. So if ever your Gmail account is considered a spam account, you are not gonna be checking out your Gmail. It's gonna be locked, as a lot of hackers out there are hacking Gmail accounts. So I'm opening also what do you call this? I'm also opening my chat window for some subscribers and for non-subscribers for you to check it out. Okay, so what are we gonna be talking today? Yeah, what do you think we'll be talking? So we have at least a few topics here that I've like to chat for everybody. We still don't have, I think, an active guy on board. So the problem with the streaming in YouTube is it takes a lot of resources. So even though if I have a MacBook here, it's not doing me justice. So give me a few seconds to just fix this a little bit. Oh yeah, there you go. I'm just checking my settings, and I'll give me around 2 to 3 minutes since we don't have any viewers at the moment. I know it's delayed. Sometimes it says you don't have viewers, but there are viewers already, with a couple of viewers watching on your end. Okay, I'm not gonna say hello each time a viewer watch this stream. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue my topic at hand, and then hopefully by that time we will have a few guys joining us in the comment section. I'll be checking the comment section every couple of minutes, so each time I pause, I'll be seeing you there. So here in the screen, we got a picture of the main page. We will be showing what we're going to be talking right smack in the middle. You're going to see me in the upper left hand. The top 4 topics that I'm going to discuss. I think I'm going to discuss 10 to 15 minutes on each. And then I'm going to showcase the latest subscribers in the last month. I'm just gonna do some random clippings of subscribers. So if you want to subscribe, go to Private Ryan Gameplays. I do stream on a weekend around 2 to 4 Eastern time, and I upload trailers, movie reviews, podcasts, and gameplays, of course, I play the PlayStation, I play Nintendo Switch, and I do how-tos because I'm a tech guy, and I do advices on what movies to watch. I give ratings, and of course, I play basketball, virtual basketball that is at the moment. So with that, time to check the chat. No, nobody's chatting at the time. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just do our own here. And I think we could start on our first topic. I'm just gonna play some video for you to. I will be grading the NBA trade deadline that happened yesterday, February 10 for America's part and February 11 for Asian. So we are one day ahead of them by 24 hours. So the biggest headline from the NBA trade deadline is James Harden is transferred to the Philadelphia 76ers, while Ben Simmons, alongside a few folks like Steph Curry's brother, is transferred to the Brooklyn Nets. So after months, just weeks of speculation, actually 2 weeks ago, James Harden showed frustration in a game, and the Nets started dipping down in the rankings. They are, I think, 9th now or 8th. They dropped down on the rankings after they have a 7 to 8 game losing streak, and James Harden did not play in the last 3 to 4 games. People are now assuming that he's not happy with the current Kyrie Irving situation. So he wants to be traded, but he didn't formally request early on because he feels that this is his second team in 2 years. After Houston, he's asking for another trade. So 3 teams in just 2.5 years. And he's leaving Kevin Durant behind alongside Kyrie. So my thoughts on this will be on the Nets versus 76ers, who won the trade. So the deadline ended last 3 Eastern time yesterday. I think with 3 to 4 notable teams trading with a couple of teams and a couple of good players as well. Early on, Indiana was busy sending off some of their players. They are dismantling that lineup that they have, and Portland as well. Portland Trail Blazers is leaving Damian Lillard behind. And of course, we're gonna do a little bit look at the All-Stars. I'd like to discuss on that one. I'm just gonna open a browser and we're gonna check a few of the All-Stars selection done by KD, Kevin Durant versus Team LeBron. Okay, we'll do that in the Nets versus 76ers, who won the trade part. That will be happening in a few minutes. I'm just sticking to my minute restriction here. I don't want to do a long podcast type stream here. So every couple of minutes, I'll be looking at who's watching and who's giving likes and comments. Be sure to say hello if you're here. Yeah, I see there's a couple of you guys. There are actually 6 who have watched the stream already. So it's pretty daunting, I'm used to speaking publicly to a room, to an auditorium, but yeah, it's kind of weird having 12,000 subscribers already. So each time you send out a video, expect around 10% of them, maybe a 1K view. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. That's all I have to say. Okay, let's go over our first topic of the day. Let me just check. So give me time. This is my first time using this streaming software, and to do that, I'm hydrating myself with this melon drink. So I'm hoping the chill music in the background is helping you out with my awkwardness in this stream. Okay, we could start. So let's grade. We will not be basing our grade on the assumption of Dan Pavel here. I'm gonna do my own. So this is the first one that we're gonna tackle. It's James Harden to Philadelphia. He's joining Joel Embiid for the half of the season for this year, and Ben Simmons is transferred to Brooklyn. So what a trade that was. And these are what Brooklyn is gonna receive. Oh, they receive a lot. So they have Ben Simmons, they have Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, 2022 first round pick, which should be this is Philadelphia, a high team in the playoffs, probably in the top 12 to 20th picks, and then another 2027 first round pick. Excuse me, I was sneezing at that part. It's hard to be live, right? Try being live with your audience. Okay, I'm back. Just did a few times. Sorry on that one, excuse me guys. So while the 76ers just received James Harden and Paul Millsap. So Paul Millsap is not even playing. He's listing this as a personal problem on his side. And for this one, they give the Nets a B. So they lost a lot of asset just taking James Harden. And the Sixers a B+. So they feel that the Sixers won out on this trade. Now, if you're gonna ask me who won on the trade, I think both teams, the Brooklyn Nets and the 76ers, were able to get something out of nothing, you know? The first half of the season, James Harden is out of shape. He tried to play it around 10 to 15 games to see if he's gonna be back in game shape. He did show some muscles, but he's not the James Harden that we know, the one that scoring on average 34 points, dishing out 9 assists and getting 7 rebounds. For this year, he's doing 22 points, 10 assists, around 10 assists and 8 rebounds. Although the assists and the rebounds do bump up just because of his role in the Nets. His scoring has not jumped up. He's struggling on the field. He's missing a lot of shots. He's missing 3-point shots. I think it's around 33%. And his field goal is just around 41% to 44. So for the first 20 games of the season, it's not doing good for James Harden, guys. So when Kyrie doesn't want to be vaccinated, and with the mandate in New York, both Brooklyn and New York players that are not vaccinated won't be able to play in the New York State. So after some injuries, Kyrie was put into a part-time situation. So that's crazy. James Harden was into this. He wants to win championship, and then the biggest straw that break his heart, I think, was the injury of KD, because he is left with a dismantled team without Joe Harris and KD, and he plays by himself during Brooklyn home games. So in just around 2 weeks ago, mid-January, there were rumors that Daryl Morey of the Philadelphia 76ers, the GM, is trying to do a deal with the Nets because they feel James Harden is going to walk away by the end of the season if he can't win any ring this year. He didn't sign, guys, the the contract that he was supposed to be getting by the end of the year, because he feels he's trying to do himself a favor, trying to sell himself out there on his value on the trade and free agency. So that's a clear picture that I just want to feel this Brooklyn team. If we're really good, if we win the title this year, I might sign. But if things turn to crap, I'm leaving town. So that's what James Harden did. I'm just gonna lower this music set. He make it appear that he's disinterested. He has some vague injuries in his right wrist, and he played in a game versus Sacramento Kings. So that was one of the low end team in the NBA, and he scored only 4 points. For me, getting rid of Harden before you lose him in the free agency is a win for the Nets. And 76ers side in Philadelphia, Ben Simmons was criticized last year in the playoffs for not scoring at least 15 points or 12 points or above. He is averaging around 11 in the first round and then 7 or 5 points in the second round, where Philadelphia lost that series. He doesn't want to attempt free throws. It gets in his head. He doesn't want to be fouled, and he stopped shooting the basketball. There was even a time that he was about to slam it down, but due to the action of the opposing team, they're trying to foul him. He passed the ball up. He was wide open. So he was a shell of himself. And by the summer, he decided, I'm not gonna come back at Philly, guys. This is crazy. So looking at the asset that they've lost, they have given up a lot. So 76ers gave away Seth Curry, a very good shooter. He averaged in the mid 12 to 15 points, as well as Andre Drummond being in the court for 19 minutes and below, but he has 9 rebounds. He's already well worth it. These 3 players is exactly what Brooklyn needs right now when KD is coming back after the All-Stars. I hope he comes back. To give you an insight, I like the both New York teams because I'm a New York fan since the time of Patrick Ewing back in '94, where they put the Bulls into a very rough playoff games and series at that time. So my grade, I'm giving the same score for both teams. They both get a B+ on my end. James Harden will be very effective for 76ers. He will score, but the responsibility now will fall into the head coach, Doc Rivers, and how he will make this work with Joel Embiid, and they have Tybal and a couple of good wing players there. So Paul Millsap will also help, right? So I'm giving that a B+. Let me know what do you think if you've seen this video. Who wins on that side of the ball game? So I'm very excited for the second half of the season. You're gonna be your mind gonna be blown with all these trades, right? Now let's move over to another trade deadline last minute deals. We have Kristaps Porzingis to Washington and Spencer Dinwiddie to Dallas. So Dallas finally gave up with the unicorn experiment. Luka Doncic is not happy with Kristaps, and Kristaps as well is not happy with Luka Doncic. So they don't they don't gel together. So the trade happened. It's just solo Kristaps with a second round pick coming from Dallas. He is turned over with Spencer Dinwiddie and the center that can shoot 3 points, Davis Bertans. So from the Bleacher Report, they give this a D for the Mavs and an A for the Wizards. Well, that's kind of high, giving the Wizards an A, right? I don't watch a lot of Wizard games, especially when there was Russell Westbrook from before. But I do watch a lot of Dallas games because I also love the Dallas Mavericks during the time when they have Dirk Nowitzki and Luka Doncic is there. So I watch a couple of Dallas games, and I think they won in this trade. So it's a good trade for the Dallas team, getting Dinwiddie and Bertans. They will add another fast guard, and they lose on that high contract from Kristaps. So I'm giving the Dallas Mavericks a higher grade of C here, although they lose an all-star type of center that can shoot. But they did well, I think, on their end of losing that long contract of Porzingis, And the Wizards, I'm giving them a B. They get what they want. They get Porzingis. Remember, there are 2 years left on that $70 million contract. I don't know what they did with that. Okay. So another one. Montrezl Harrell is traded to Charlotte Hornets. So the Hornets receive just Montrezl Harrell, and I don't know why they didn't put anything on top with Ish Smith and Vernon Carey Jr. So the Hornets, I think this is an A for them. They needed the personality of Montrezl. He's very tough. So imagine, I played basketball back in the day. If you have a tough guy in your team, all the other players are pumped up, I am not one of those tough guys. I'm just a neutral guy on the court. All I do is kind of look you in the eye, score some baskets, and do some assists. So I like passing the ball. But we do have tough guy, and tough guy folks that play basketball alongside. And that's a really big boost from the team chemistry, guys. So that's what Montrezl Harrell will deliver to the Charlotte team. They do have a good core there, Jordan's team. But this toughness will really elevate them when it comes playoff time. Okay? So I give that an A. For the Wizard, a so-so trade. I don't know why they get rid of Ish Smith. He was a good player. Vernon Carey Jr. I think this is more on. Let's check here. Yeah, I think they give way to have Spencer Dinwiddie more playing time. Finally, in this lineup. So I'm giving them the B plus works on this trade. Okay. This one, Derek White to Boston and Josh Richardson to San Antonio. San Antonio is doing a lot of movement. They're preparing. They're gonna do some picks coming off the 2022 draft. So I think this works on both. I'm not gonna grade because I didn't watch the Celtics that much as of this year, as well as San Antonio. So let's just check. Down here, Josh Richardson, I think, is a wing forward that can hit the tree, right? So they gave the Celtics here a B, and the Spurs a B plus. Maybe later here. Oh, I forgot. Let's check if we have some viewers. Hello, Tommy. Yeah, why did you retract your message? Just keep it there. So finally, we got some folks watching the stream already, and let me know if my mic is doing great and you can hear and understand me clearly. Now we're just gonna do around 7 deals before we jump to the Boba Fett part. Okay. So Marvin Bagley to Detroit. This is a big one. I think Marvin Bagley the third to Detroit. Serge Ibaka to Milwaukee. So Milwaukee is trying to do some last minute changes. This is a 4-team deal. This is a playoff move. But before you forgot, Milwaukee is losing a lot of games. So now they might fall into the 6th spot, 5th spot. So the defending champs really felt when they lose their wingman and defender last year. What's his name? Let's see the lineup for Bucks championship team 2021. I have him in my Milwaukee. Yeah, PJ Tucker. Sorry for that one. It took me around a couple of minutes. So PJ Tucker is no longer with the Milwaukee Bucks at the start of the season. They can't offer him more than $7 million, I think. And then the Heat took him in with a $9 million to $11 million contract around those parts, and they lose the toughness. Remember, that's one of the things needed for a championship team. I feel you need somebody in your team that has to be tough, not just to scare the other big guys and other star players away. Doesn't mean you have to injure them, just being tough on the court. So here the trade happened for the Pistons. They got Marvin Bagley III. I can't pronounce Simi Ujile. Yeah, and Rodney Hood. Rodney Hood is a good 3-and-D player, but kind of getting older by the end of his prime already. And the Bucks received Serge Ibaka, 2022 second-round pick from Detroit. It's far. And another second-round pick from Sacramento as well. So the Kings will receive DiVincenzo. So in NBA 2K, he shoots very well on the 3-point line, but in real life, he can't defend. They give away Josh Jackson as well, and Trey Lyles. So Pistons get a B minus from that. The Clippers get a B, and the Bucks get an A. They really need Ibaka after losing PJ Tucker. So they also have an ongoing absence of Brook Lopez because of back issues, guys. So they really need a center. So they exchange a shooter that's not defending at the moment. They don't need him to get Serge. And for the Kings, they get an A. Yeah, they get DiVincenzo. The Kings are really don't even know what they're doing at this moment. So one more trade after this, and we'll go to the book of Boba Fett. So Jalen Smith is going to Indiana, and Indiana is losing a lot of players. They're giving Torrey Craig to Phoenix Suns. So Phoenix is on just 10 games. They lose 10 games and won 40. More than half of the season now. Isn't that strange that the Phoenix Suns is the number 1 team for this year? So let's see. A second round pick is also added. It's an A minus for the Pacers and just a B. And one thing that I hate with the Suns organization is they're not giving Aiton the rookie max or the biggest rookie contract that they could, even though he's doing very, very well for this team. I don't know what they're thinking. There has been some issues with the general manager as well, the GM side of racism and being not good to black players out there. The Suns may have something wrong in the organization, but Chris Paul is putting the glue together for this team to be back into playoff contention this year and possible. Might even go to the finals once again. Okay, so the last trade that we're going to be looking into will be PJ Dozier and Bol Bol. And that's all his name, going to Orlando. So the Celtics will just receive the second round pick, likely to be a top 55 protection. So on the second round, up beyond second round picks. So for the Celtics, they just get rid of players with high cash. Yeah, you see this cash, just because they don't want to pay the tax of doing so. And for the Magic, they got A because they need the size. And of course, Dozier will be having his bird rights for the Celtics, and he might get more money out of them. And as well, Daniel Tice is coming back to Boston. Is he coming from Boston from before? Yeah, and Schroeder is going to the Houston Rockets. I don't know what happened to Dennis Schroeder. He just let go of his bag. And for this year, yeah, I think that ends our trade deadline happenings for 2022. Let's go over to my movie review. Not actually a movie, but a TV series review of the book of Boba Fett. So that ending, guys. Woo. If you're a Star Wars fan, with all these memes coming around, let's see so which I know you're gonna like the book of Boba Fett if you love The Mandalorian. So of all those Disney Plus subscribers, be sure to check out the book of Boba Fett. So when we talk about the book of Boba Fett, the ending is directed by the season 1, episode 7. That's the ending of the season 1. It's directed by Robert Rodriguez, a Grindhouse director who's brought in by Dave Filoni to do this Star Wars Western spaghetti type of series. So we get to see Boba Fett finally back in his own show after episode 4, 5, and 6. He's pushed in the sideline, giving way to a couple of episodes where the Mando, Din Djarin, and Grogu take over the spot. Finally, Cad Bane is here. And I'm rating this show on some of the episodes 3.5 out of 5. But on boring episodes like episode 1 and episode 3, I'm giving it a lesser score of 2.7. So all in all, this show for me is just around 2.9 out of 5. Only if you're a pure Star Wars fan and all the Easter eggs that you're gonna get, I think this is a good watch for you, because I really enjoyed some of it. I was introduced to some topics that I didn't even know existed in the Star Wars universe. So yeah, if you are into The Mandalorian, this feels exactly like The Mandalorian, guys. So just be sure to keep away from the spoilers because there are a lot of spoilers out there, especially the memes. You know, the Bantha memes. If you watch that, that's crazy. It's so funny, right? So the Book of Boba Fett is one science fiction TV series that's around 40 to 50 minutes long per episode. There are 7 of them. It's one of the series that I have just gone through in the last 4 to 5 weeks, where it was showing in Disney Plus. So be sure to check it out. I recommend it for Star Wars fans, but those who don't know the lore of that galaxy, keep away. You won't enjoy it. Just stick with the Mandalorian if ever you like that one. We do have a lot of Grogu, Baby Yoda showing for this one. Okay. I am to check our stream. Yeah, we got 13 of you guys watching concurrently. And with that, let's move on to the final topic of this weekly show. We are around 30 minutes, I think. We'll be talking about the upcoming games for the PlayStation and for the Nintendo Switch. Mainly, I think we have 2 games for the PlayStation, but I'll be looking only at one. That's the Forbidden West of Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, they have a new trailer, I think. A 1-minute trailer here. And this is just the cinematic trailer. I'll be talking about this because I feel Aloy is finally being rendered correctly. Look at her face here. She looks beautiful. She looks graceful. Her hair looks nice. Her face is no longer that fat looking face that we have rendered just a year before. Yes, especially that close-up look. You can see her golden orange ginger eyes. And the action for this cinematic is just great. So in just a few more days, February 18, maybe a week to go, we're gonna have Horizon Forbidden West for the PlayStation. Now, one of my subscriber gave me a tip, you know. He said it's a good tip, guys. You know what? You're just gonna, if you own the PS5, go ahead and buy the PS4 version digitally, because you will have a free upgrade to the PS5, and that will save you around $11. So the PS4 version is at 39 something, not 39.99 without tax online if you pre-order, while the PS5 version is $60, almost $59.99. Imagine the discrepancy. That's $20, right? But if you buy the PlayStation 4 version, this is promised by Sony, you're gonna have a free upgrade to the PS5. No more $10 additionals, or even if they give you $10, I don't think you're gonna say this is a bad deal for you. You're gonna save a few bucks out of it. Okay, that's one of my pro tip. Speaking of PlayStation 5, we'll be having that console in a few months. So the value that the hoarders, the one who's buy and sell this console, is their margins are getting a little bit low on the small end now, and they're selling it just almost near retail, guys. But the chip shortage is just keep on blowing up, and I can't seem to go in and get it from the store yet. I don't want to do some crazy stuff because my PlayStation 4 is still working. on my end, and I'm liking it up to now. So let's see some Nintendo Switch game release for March. I think they have a few ones here. So this is one game that you're gonna love, the Nintendo Switch Sports. So they will be using those Joy-Cons again. Right? They introduced the Wii Sports series back into the Switch. I used to play this with a tennis racket back in the day, I think 8 years ago. And now look at this. You're gonna hit it like you're playing it, and you can play up to 4 players. Yeah, I play bowling as well. The basketball game is also there. This will be very good for party games. Oh, there's a sword fight here. Looks like Mario Smash. Right? I don't know if you can hear the sound. No, I don't think you're gonna hear sound. So if you attach that on your hips, I mean on your thighs, you can kick the ball like that. That's one great game that's coming soon from the Nintendo Switch side. Let's pick another one. They have a Nintendo Direct just a day ago. That's why I'm supposed to talk about it. Another game that I've seen is the Ollie Ollie Switch. Yeah, this one. So Ollie Ollie is a skateboard game that's like a 2D platform with semi 3D, but it is animated by the Adventure Time crew. That's why I'm gonna be playing it as soon as it goes live. I think it was live around February 9. Yeah, February 9, 2022. This is a 40-minute trailer, but we'll take a look at some of the comments here. Yeah, Kirby is the one that they say. Let's look at this. Splatoon 3 is coming as well, and of course Star Wars. So that's one of the best game that I'm looking for, the Lego Star Wars one. And this one is not Lego Star Wars. This is a real Star Wars game that's coming to Nintendo Switch. Okay, and just leave it from there. I'm gonna close the stream, guys, and the live stream in a few minutes. We are at 40 minutes already. And before that, let me check the chat. Yeah, talk about basketball. Hello there. And it's fine. So let me know what to do to improve the stream by the next week. And I know, let me check if how many of you join me. Yeah, I was able to get around 18 of you guys to play something in the stream. So hopefully by next week I'll be doing a better stream. This is my first ever, better graphics, and I hope that we didn't see any frame drops. We'll be checking if we do have. I'm just waiting for my stream to end. Yeah, we do have a few, around 0.2% of drops, but that's okay. That's fine. I'll be streaming more games tomorrow and by Sunday. And with that, I'm leaving you guys a peace out. Hopefully everyone will continue to be safe. We are still in pandemic mode. They are planning to say there's going to be an endemic soon, and we're going to wait on that one. And hopefully we're going to live alongside with this virus all throughout our lives. It's gonna be hopefully just a little bit of a flu and type, yeah. So we can go back to our original lives where we go travel, look at all the places, buy some games and everything. Yeah, with that said, I'm leaving you guys. Hopefully we have good topics for you this week. And you're gonna join me again next week. This is Private Ryan. Thank you for joining me in my live stream. I'll be seeing you.